Hi all, welcome to our channel. Today we are going to see how to stop Spring Boot application in programmatic way. In this video we will going to see three ways how to kill our Spring Boot application in programmatic way. Let's get started. So it is already this basic Spring Boot applications. So already we have developed a couple of endpoint, two endpoint, our custom endpoints. So both are similar way. We need to stop and shut down. Both endpoints will provided. This endpoint mostly will do the kill our context. So our context will our context, then our Spring Boot application is destroyed. So how to get in context means, so mostly will execute our Spring Boot application will print it dot run, right? So mostly the run application return the configurable application context. So yeah, so once we will run our application, so our configurable application context we need to capture. So we need to the context we will close our context in explicitly. So in this case the Spring Boot application is destroyed. So in this approach is the first approach, we need to kill our application. So it is provided two endpoints, so both are similar way one. So let's we are going to the first approach. So it is nothing but is a context is as active. If active, then we will close our Spring Boot context in this way line. So in manually will force our Spring Boot application context. So automatically will Spring Boot application will destroyed. So but it is not recommended way. It is not secure our application. It is just we need to understanding purpose, we need to know this approach, but don't use it in our live project. It will be most very security preaching. So let me start our first way. So yeah, first I start our application. So once I will run the maven command, so our application running 9090. Okay, let me open, let me check our application is running or not. http localhost 9090. Yeah, our application is running. So we have it is stop and shutdown is our own REST endpoint. So if you calling explicitly, so we will forcefully will close our application context. So in this case application is shut down. So as of now our application is still running. So once I will hit the enter our application, so let me check that destroying our Spring Boot application. Why? Because once we hit the enter our REST endpoint, so will automatically will get the context will be closed. Is check is active. If you active, then automatically will close the context. In this case our manually will force the destroying our application will closing. Stop the get server. So yeah, our application server, but here is showing is properly, right? Showing it is not fully shut down. Maybe some thread will be still be running. Why? Because manually will kill our process. So in process may be running, it's a lot of threads, maybe some threads, that's what purpose is showing. Maybe some application thread may be still be running, not sure. It is not fully shut down. That is some kind of warning message, right? So here one more method is a pre-destroyed annotation. So what is the purpose of pre-destroy means, so before shut down our application, this method will invoke before this destroy our before shut down our application will showing. So in this case we have added one statement. So this statement will showing it is printed. So mostly we'll use, actually we need to kill some cleanup activity as well as some grace period. Suppose we forcefully will shut down our application, so need to wait couple of milliseconds, so minutes need to wait. We need to add some thread like purpose, we need to add this destroy method. This is the first way, need to kill our application in our REST API, but it is not recommended. So it is second way, it is Actuator endpoint. This is actuator. So first in this case we need to provide the actuator is nothing but it is Spring Boot framework provided the supporting the actuator. So it is provided a lot of inbuilt endpoint, so we need to check our application health and monitoring and other more activities. We need to same purpose we will shutdown our application. Shutdown endpoint also will provided, but Spring Boot defaultly some sensitive URL will be disabled. Why? Because security reason. So will disable our sensitive REST endpoint. So in this case we have enabled for testing purpose, but it is not recommended to use our live project. So here is management endpoint is shutdown is enabled. We need to enable the shutdown endpoint. Okay, here. So once we will added this line, so our actuator shutdown endpoint is enabled. So this is not recommended way. So if we enable, so anyone will be shut down our application knowingly or unknowingly. So this please careful. So don't use our live projects. Okay, demo purpose we need to learn. So again our application will start. So here I will open my Postman. So it is actuator shutdown. This endpoint is provided by actuator. So just it is a post method. So just I HTTP localhost 90, so provide the actuator endpoint. So post method, just click. So shut down our let me check our application. So here also it is stopping the Samcat and destroying the server also. So closing up. It is a second way to kill our application is forcefully. So another approach. So let me open show you. So here is we have added the one more line. So listener. So why we need to add this listener means, so we need to run our application jar. So Spring Boot application jar in our command prompt. So in background process, in this case we need to kill. So maybe that purpose. So we need to using. So it is Spring provided the application PID file writer. This is Spring Boot framework will provided. So it is why use means we need to this file will tell our tell to. So we need to capture our process ID. So every application starting run in the process. So in process have each ID. So this ID we write in this file. So this is a line to capture our Spring Boot application which process ID run our run. So that purpose we need to add. Here we need to provide the file name as well as we need to provide the external path also. So let me demo with this third way to kill our Spring Boot application. So in this case I provided the app.pid within our application. Okay, so here in this case is a third way. Okay, first I will maven clean install. So we'll get our jar file. Okay, so our jar file is generated. So let me go to our Spring. This is our framework. Here this is our jar. Here my jar file is Spring Boot restart demo. So in this case I will go to form.xml. So I will provide the file name. So user want to give, so it will download the different file name. So in this case using the file name tag. So I provided the Spring Boot restart demo, so that the jar file is created is this file name. So it is a third approach. Okay, so let me run the different way. This is right, java hyphen jar. Let me, okay, Spring Boot. So in this case check is a no file is present. Once will start the application, let me check. Here one file will generated. Yeah, here's app PID, right? So this is nothing but is just as a text file. So here is showing this. So where our application, the Spring Boot application running which process ID, that purpose the app.pid. This PID only we mentioned here. Okay, so here we need to give within application or external path also we need to provide. So yeah, here is showing right, our application is still running. So in this case I need to kill this application in externally. So that purpose so this is Windows machine, so I am using some command task list. This command, why? Because why, what is the purpose of this command? If you add a task list, we click enter, so what are the processes currently will running in our application will be showing. So it is application name showing, this is the image name, it is PID, it is session name, this is a session ID, it is a memory usage. So in this case showing, let me check, so it is 5916, right? So let me check 5916. Mostly it is running Java. Wait, okay, let me open, okay, let me open my PID. Oh sorry, why are you closing the Shutdown? Okay, wait a minute. Once I will execute the jar, okay, the process ID will be generated. Let me check, reload 1852, still our application is running. I open task list, here is 1582, right? Yeah, it is a Java, so this process ID only will enable to execute our Spring Boot application. So we need to kill our applications, means, so this is a command, the task kill / PID. So we need to provide the which process ID we need to kill, so that is a which file is a kill the application. So when we execute the command the process with PID is terminated. So in this case open, so automatically will close. This is that way we need to call. Why? When will do use the purpose? The right means which let me Java w -jar. So in this case our Java applications will running in background. Okay. So in this case I need to keep on running. So let me open. Yes, but we cannot, no way to close the application in this case. So we need to check our PID. In this case I will need to open our PID. Yeah, this is our PID 44716. Let me check TAS task list command. So here I check workforce, so background will be running our, so in this case we need to kill our application. That purpose we need to do this approach. Is that approach, maybe it will be good for some different approach, different use case. Background we rendering the background, so in this case I kill, so our process of so let me hit our application again. Yeah, now site is run. So in this case, so our background running application is be killed, so no more. Yeah, this is that way to kill our applications. Yeah, thank you guys watching our video.